What's good with it in the hood with it? Welcome back to the Collective Clips where you already know whooping. We get it in. But before we get it in, let's get to this super Norteno intro. This is a good one. Welcome back to the channel. And if you haven't already hit your like and subscribe button, make sure you go ahead and do that. Put your notification bell on all so that way you're directing the direction of the dope content that the gun stays kicking. And I appreciate your support. So, whooping. All right. You ready to get into another Super Norteno? This one's different. This one's a little bit paranormal. I get asked all the time, do paranormal stories. Look, I can only fucking tell you what I've experienced. I can't make shit up, right? Unless you want me to do that, and I can tell stories forever. But we ain't trying to do that right here. No added preservatives, just straight up pura at 10.5 a key, right? Then I also get asked a lot about why don't you talk about more about when you and Rick were younger? What'd you guys do? Did you guys just grow up and start gangbanging and whatever? What happened, right? Well, I can tell you the gangbanging issues were always gangbanging issues. I come from a family, a very well-respected family that was always in some type of mix, not necessarily gangs. My generation, we took it there. Prior to us, my father, his brother, that generation, they were more into just straight up gangsters. Weren't no part or affiliated with anything. They'll just choke you the fuck out. That's just how that was, right? My tias, different story. They'll rob you, gank you, beat you, fuck you, do all kinds of different things to you. And then kiss and say goodbye. Let me give you a fucking kiss, fuck face. No, porque you just took my wallet. I didn't take your wallet. You gave it to me. You don't remember? You don't remember when I was choking the shit out of you? Yeah, I remember. See, you gave it to me willingly, bitch. Right? That's just how my tias were. Let's talk about when we were young, man. I'm going to tell you guys kind of a paranormal story. What happened to me and Rick. Do I believe it? I lived it, so I got to, right? Rick, every time don't talk about that. I don't like ghosts or Southsiders. I said, what do you hate more? Ghosts that are Southsiders, right? You know, so he believes that Casper the Ghost, because one time he seen a picture, someone had a t-shirt. It was a fucking Casper the Ghost wearing with a blue rag. Mr. Capone and Casper, side by side, throw darts at him, right? That's what he believes. Anyways, right? When we were young kids, we used to do something called crawdad fishing. I don't know about you, but in the Central Valley, back in the days, that was the thing to do as a young kid, right? 8, 9, 10 years old. Crawdad fishing. You know, I remember one time my stepdad dropped me off about 19 miles away from the house, hoping that two things would happen. Either I kept some crawdads and I'd never make it fucking back home. Unfortunately, when I got home, he was all drunk, shitted all over himself. And my mom was like, Mijo, I was sad. Where were you, right? So I got my ass whooped, first of all, for not being home on time. And then I got a hug after I told her the story that my stepfather just left me out there 19 miles. I had to walk as a little kid home. It is what it is, right? But same kind of shit happened. So there's a place called Snelling. Snelling, outside of Merced County, anyone that goes there, you go swimming. It's like a river. It's out in the country, man. It's a cool spot. Water's crystal clear. Cold as a motherfucker. People go rafting. I almost died out there a couple times, but you go fishing, and there was a little spot where you can crawdad, right? Big old crawdad, look like lobsters, mini lobsters. And I remember as a young kid, man, we always would talk about it. Man, because we were bored. All we had to do was shoot marbles and get our ass whooped. And never in that order either. Sometimes we got our ass whipped for shooting marbles. Sometimes we got our ass whipped because our dad was in the house trying to bone a paisa and we wouldn't go outside and play marbles. So either way, we lost, right? So I remember Ricky as a little kid, he had ADHD, which means he bounced off the walls. You did not want to be around him. He'd be like, whooping, 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 right? You just get the fuck away from me. And me and my other cousin, Boo Boo, we used to tell him like, damn, man, get your ass in the closet. Like, get away from us. But he was fun to be around because he was willing to do anything. You know the type of primo you got that just would do whatever. Like, if you ain't gonna go kiss that fucking Cheeto over there. Yeah, we'll whoop it. Watch out, right? I'm just playing. Fuck. Oh, he kissed him. Damn, he's a daredevil, right? He was the type of motherfucker shit like that. You just messed with them. It got to the point where, hey, when you're around other primos, you make fun of them and clown them. Hey, Ricky, come here, whoop it, right? Grab your ear, all right, and you grab his elbow, make him pull himself. But then when it was just you and him, he was like your taita, your bosom buddy, your best friend, right? Now it wasn't about punking him or being mean to him. It was about, because he's really with the program. He's really down for whatever. Was that whether he was down for whatever because he was stupidness or he was down for whatever because he's just down for whatever. I've seen him in both situations. You know, I've seen where we're moving in a car. I'm like, look, it's the south side. He'll just jump out the car and take off running to him, right? Then I've been in Compton where I'm like, look, it's the south side. And he takes off running the other way. I'm like, well, what happened? What happened? Right? So this particular day, we're all fucking being bored in the front, and my dad was happy. She had a new boyfriend. He was taking her out all the time, right? So she was like, "What the fuck you miserable fucks doing on my porch?" Right? Counting roaches and playing marbles. I'm tired of you playing. Last time you played tomorrow, I fell and one hit me in the culo, and I had a big ass fucking coscaron right there. It was all chueco and shit. I was walking. When I sat down, I had to sit like this because I was lopsided. I don't want you fuckers playing marbles on my porch. We had dug, like, you know how you guys do it back in the days, dig and you fucking try to shoot them, or you do them like that. You guys didn't do them like this though. Chinese way, right? The Hmong way. Mao Lao. So we're over there trying to shoot marbles and do our thing. And my dad's like, "Why don't you miserable fucks go do something? Walk to the store, get hit by a car or something. Just do anything is better than standing on my porch while I'm trying to put my makeup on. I can't concentrate. I'm looking at two little miserable fuckface 1 and 2s, right?" So I was like, "Tia, can we have some money to go to the store?" I said, "Go to the store." I didn't say you were going to get money. Well, when I was young, we never got money. We went to the store. We came back with something. There's one thing that I learned a long time ago. You got 5 of these. It's called the 5-finger discount, bitch. Look, you're lucky I don't hit you with that discount double check. Get out of here. So I remember we walked to the store, and I had an idea. I was like, "Hey, you think your mom, Ricky, would take us to Snelling?" He was like, "Well, Ben, I don't think so, right?" I was like, "Damn, we were young kids, too." I already think we were little gang members wearing red T-shirts walking down the street. Could have got shot like a motherfucker. Did get shot at a couple times. That's for later stories in this younger series of Super Norteno, right? So as we're walking, I'm walking over there. I'm like, "Hey, man, there's a fish and tackle store, right in Gustine." I was like, "Man, we should go over there and get some fucking some chicken liver," because I old school. I used to get the nylon, put chicken liver in it. Man, I had a white stepdad a long time ago. He taught me, right? And white dudes, they know how to fish. He said, "You take a nylon, mijo." He used to call me mijo. "You take a nylon, mijo. You put it the chicken liver in there, or the beef liver, whatever. Tie it onto a neon. He had the carpenter rope, you know, the one that you go like this to make the line." He said, "You tie it to that shit, throw it in there, you catch a gang of crawdads." No lie, shit works, right? So I was like, "We should get that," and you know what I'm saying, whatever. We're going there and steal some liver or whatever. So Ricky's like, "Whoop it, I'll do it." I said, "I know you will. I won't. I'll be outside waiting, drinking the cola, this one, right?" And so he goes into the store. Boom. Comes out. Hey, guys, like, "Hey, what are you stealing?" Ricky's like, "What? But I ain't fucking stealing nothing. Are you a Southsider? Are you a Southsider?" He's like, "No, fuck no. Get out of here. You can have it." Shit, right? So as we're walking down the street, now we have to convince my tia, and she's all happy. And she's over there whistling while she twerks. She's over there putting on all this fake jewelry, and she's in such a good mood. I had more juice with her than her own son. Ricky used to be like, "Mom, I was just going to say you look good." I know I look good. Fuck, I don't need an idiot to tell me I look good. What would I look like going based off of what you think? I had you, motherfucker. I brought you into this world. I won't take you out. You're embarrassing. You're not going out with me. I brought you into this world. I'll leave you where the fuck you leave. That's it. That's what I do. I'm like, so I had better action. At least I got Tia out before I got slapped. He barely got Ma, and he got slapped. So I was like, "Tia," right? Hey, with my Tias, you had to be a gangster. Like, you had to know the mood. You had to catch them at the right time. If they haven't shaved their legs and they've been asleep all day, either two things: they got a hardcore period going on, or they just got their whole shit beat up last night. So if it's like either or, 50-50 chance, 50-50 yard, right? You're either going to catch them in a badass mood because they're on your period, you're going to get beat with the broom, or they just got boned real good last night, so everything's good in the hood, right? And they're going to be like, "Well, mijo, yeah, rub my feet. He did that. He sucked on himself. They're little chuecos because of him." So I was like, "Tia," with the reflexes, the cat-like reflexes. She was like, "What the fuck do you want?" I was like, hey, it's so far so good. I was like, "Tia, you should take us to Stelling so we can go camp out there and go crawdad fishing." She was like, "How long are you guys going to stay out there?" That was a yes. With my tia, once she answered a question with a question, it was a yes. That's just, you got to know her, right? "How long are you guys going to stay out there?" I said, "I don't know, tia, as long as you leave us out there. Stay a week, bitch. I don't care. I'm going to ask small man if I can use his car when he comes to pick me up. Don't you little fuckers fuck with me." Now, Snelling was a little bit of a distance from Gustine, but my tia was willing to get rid of us because she was trying to party. Sometimes she'd bring a whole bunch of people home. They have a good time. It was like that movie, Once We're Warriors. Everybody's fighting and shit. We're little kids and that motherfucker like, "Whoop it." Ricky be like, "I think that dude's a Southsider. Should I go get off?" I'm like, "Shit, you know, we should go sneak in there and grab the box of honeycombs so we can eat and watch. Look at that girl. She's getting fucked. Look at, she's getting fucked, right?" We're crazy kids. You know what I'm saying? "What are they watching on TV?" Ricky's like, "Whooping, that's my show." So my dad drops us off in Snelling, way far from the crawdad spot that I had heard of. Now, you got to understand, we're little kids. We're like 9 years old, 10 years old. We should not be out there, right? But our mentality back then was like older. See, 9 and 10-year-olds are babies now. You see them, they're little. They're still fucking out there collecting the foo-foos, right? Our 9 and 10-year-olds in the 90s era were different. You understand? Ricky was like 7 or 8 at this time. I was like 10, right? Just before I ended up catching Mercase going Y and all that shit, right? So I was already gangbanging in the mix. I was getting him all pumped up, like we're wearing red t-shirt. We thought we were bad. Little kids. I had a full beard already and shit, right? So Trip I thought I did. It was all skinny and scraggly. My tia drops us off way out of the norm. Get the fuck off my car. Because I seen a Foster freeze. I want to go back and get me some fries. You guys want some fries? Hell yeah. Well, go walk and get some. But we don't got no money. Exactly. Fuck you. I'm gone. So she dropped us off with nothing but 1 soda to share. Okay. 2 cigarettes that we didn't tell her we had that were mine. Ricky wasn't going to get in. He tried to smoke, almost died. Yeah, that motherfucker has asthma, leukemia, all kinds of different shit, right? And so she drops us off. We got our little, I'm like, we got string and we got the liver and it smells like shit. My tail was like, what the fuck does that smell? Which one of you farted? One of you motherfuckers smells like chicken liver. And I don't know which one, but you're the one that's getting thrown out first. I'll leave your ass right here on the west side of Merced so you can get shot, you son of a bitch, right? So when we finally make it out there, get out of my car. And if you come back, if you make it, I'm like, dear, can you come pick us up? Oh, all of a sudden, can I come pick you up? No, you little bitch. Hitchhike. I'm like, yeah, it's like 50 miles. Okay. So what? When I was little, I walked all the way from Mexico to Egypt. No, you didn't. I did. I walked like an Egyptian. I'm going to party tonight. Fuck you guys. She pulls off, right? So we don't know if we're going to get picked up or not at this point. It's whatever. But there's like a gas station around the coast. We figured we could just walk there and say that we're abandoned. Maybe the police will pick us up, take us to the police station. We can run. We were kids. That's the way we thought. We were very brave. You know what I'm saying? When you're a kid, you don't give a fuck. So I don't know about the spot. I've only heard about it. You know where the Snelling River is, right? So we're going to the river. You can't crawdad fish in this river. It's going pretty fast. It's deep, right? So we went swimming for a little while. We put our shit on the thing. We see other people. So I'm like, hey, if worse comes to worse, we can say our ride left us. We'll get a ride. Like we weren't concerned with it until it started getting dark. And then Ricky got all scared and shit. And I got a little bit more scared. But I just couldn't tell him that because I'm the older cousin, right? So as we're kicking back, doing our thing, swimming and shit, I'm like, let's go find this. We start walking and walking and walking. We're walking the opposite direction. We have to cross a road, and we're walking the opposite direction of the river. And we lost our way. And we ended up like in the country. You got to understand, it's country out there. Super country. You can keep on walking and end up in Yosemite somewhere. Yosemite Sam shit. So we're walking, and I'm getting tired, man. And that one Coke we had, that shit is gone, long gone. We ain't got no water. We ain't got no food. You know what I'm saying? We're in some beat-up-ass secondhand Pro Wings from Payless shoe stores. Like our shorts, our legs are getting all ate up by those little things that picos that stick you. They're all in our socks. We have to stop every 5 minutes to pick them out. This ain't a happy camping trip. We haven't seen one fucking crawdad yet. The closest thing we seen to a crawdad was a whore getting boned by a tree by some white dude, and she was doing this. And that was as close to a crawdad as we got. She had pinchers. You know what I'm saying? She was getting it, and that dude was doing it. So he was getting his pincher on too. It's about as close to a crawdad as we got. You know what I'm saying? Because she had that bubble in the back, and her shit was clammy. And she was getting clapped. So as we start walking, man, I'm getting real thirsty. And I'm going to tell another story later on that's very similar as to I got left out in the middle of nowhere, but that'll be for an all-new series called Super Gunner. Make sure you tune in this afternoon. That's dropping, right? Super Gunner. I'm going to tell you my life story in increments. So as I'm thinking, man, like, fuck, I'm getting thirsty, man. I'm ready to drink river water. Have you ever done that? Drank some shit you know you shouldn't have drank. You're going to get sick, but oh well, right? It tasted better. It's the best water ever, right? So I'm like, man, we should just walk back. So we turn around, and we're now turned around. We're walking east, not west. And so we're from the west, right? We're walking east. We don't know where the hell we're going. And Ricky's, he's sniveling. Well, but I want to go home. I'd rather be around, so I'd rather be in LA right now. I'm like, shut up, man. I'm getting sunburned. Motherfucker's not even that hot. 70, right? Calm down. But I ain't gonna lie, I'm a little parched at this point, right? So as we're walking, there's an old farmhouse. And I see, it looks abandoned from the distance. It looks like a mirage, right? But I could see a long ass, look like a snake in the front yard. It's a water hose. Now, I don't know about how you grew up, but I'm Mexican. How we grew up, you know, in the 90s, and tell me if you guys could identify those of you that are my age, right? You didn't even ask people if you can get a drink out of their hose. You just walked up in their front yard, turned their fucking water hose on, and drank out of the manguera. Am I lying? Am I lying? That's how we did it, right? People come out like, hey, what the fuck are you doing, man? I'm thirsty. They can't deny you your human right. Let me get some water, Holmes, right? And most people won't even trip. They don't say, I used to fucking, even when I got older, I see little kids do, I look out like, you see, let me throw a firecracker at them. You know, I'm gonna scare them. So I'm like, if we could just make it to that hose. My first thought was, I'm dying I'm parched. I'm thirsty, right? Because I can't, I can't whopping. His whopping started getting less, like lower frequency. Whopping, whopping. What the fuck happened? Damn, what happened, homie? Right? You could actually understand him. He couldn't do the whoppilization yet. And so as we're getting closer, this house looks abandoned. It's all peeling, old wood. Like it looks like no one's been. I'm like, please, God, please, because we walked long to get there, right? Please, man, the water better be on. Because the worst thing is when you finally get somewhere and you turn the water on, it doesn't work. Oh my God. It like unbreak my heart. It's like a Tony Braxton song. It breaks your fucking heart, right? Man, the first thing that comes into my mind is a country song. Which bridge to cross? Which bridge to burn? I'm all sad, right? I'm on my Vince Gill shit. You guys in the woods are like, damn, bro, there's a guy knows country music. Good shit too. So as I get there, right, we get there, I move, Rick. I turn that motherfucker on, and the water's all hot at first. You can feel the hose. It's hot sitting in that sun. Then that motherfucker gets icy. Hey, and I'm in that motherfucker like, I believe I can fly. I believed R. Kelly touched a guy. Right? And I'm fucking drinking water, man. I'm splashing. I'm hot, right? And I'm spraying Ricky down. He's like, whooping, right? He's trying to catch water. I'm like, just drink out of the hose, stupid ass. So we get brought back up to speed. Now we're good. Now we're sprayed off. The old house, no one's there. So I look in the window because my thievery comes into play. I'm thinking, we're way out in the middle of nowhere. We got no vehicle. We're little kids. We got fucking chicken liver in our pockets. We smell like shit. We've been walking for 9 hours straight. Our socks and shoes are still wet from the river because you have to jump in the river without socks and shoes. We weren't that stupid, right? My tia does not, we don't got cell phones. This is before that. My tia does not care. She knows not the approximate vicinity, but kind of like Jake and Rebecca Harrow. I know he's over there, but I don't know exactly where. Yeah, right. She doesn't know exactly where we're at. We don't walk 20 miles from where we're supposed to be. No store. There's no nothing there. There's no cars at this place. It looks abandoned, but as I look in, it looks like newer in the inside. I can see like there's a dinette set, but everything looks old but new. Do you see what I'm saying? Like you can tell someone lives there. It's recently used. So I'm like, hey, you think they got a phone? We can call Tia. You think she'll pick us up? Ricky's like, what? My mom should say fuck you. I said, yeah, but right now, fuck you sounds good to me because we're like, we need like that reassuring voice, or maybe we could ask these people. Maybe there was like a little barn thing. Maybe their car's parked in the barn. They can give us a ride. Naive kids. See, back in our days, you were trusting, even though there was kidnapping going on, America's Most Wanted and shit, Adam Walsh and all that. You never tricked like you do now. Now you can't knock on no one's shit. They'll be like, come in here. You like my dress? I like my dress, right? Nowadays, it's different. Nowadays, they'll be like, what's your pronoun, right? It's weird. You knock on someone's door and you're like, sir, ma'am, sir. Can you know what I mean? What? Motherfucker, do you know what I am? No, do you? Is the question, right? And you get dragged in. You know what I mean? I fuck myself. Would you fuck me? I fuck me, right? Buffalo Bill shit. You don't do it. But back in our days, there were Buffalo Bills, but they weren't buffaloing like that. They weren't doing the Buffalo trance, right? So as I knock on the door, I'm pounding, boom, 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 for two reasons. One, I'm trying to use their phone or their bathroom or see what I can see. Two, I want to know if they're home because now I'm breaking in this motherfucker, right? Because I looked inside in that refrigerator. Although I couldn't see what was in it, I'm sure there was something in it, and I'm hungry. I was hungry. Hey, we were young kids, hungry all the time. Hungry all the time, hungry all the time. Like Eddie Murphy, right? He wants to party. I want to eat. And so no one's answering. So I'm like, fuck it, let's go in. God knows, as my witness, right? It was dark in there. All the lights were off. All right, it's about 4 or 5 o'clock in the evening. Summertime blues, right? So it's not getting dark yet. It doesn't get dark till about 7 or 8. So I'm like, hey, people are going to start coming home once it gets dark. We can go in and go out. So I'm old school. I don't know about you, but when I did my camp burglaries, right? I wasn't slick like a cat. I didn't go through the window. I didn't peel off the screen. I did it before when I was a kid. I got caught. I don't peel off the screen. I kick the fucking front door in. This is before the devices they had to record you. This is before the Ring doorbell. This is before that. This was pit bulls and shotguns. Salt rock. You know what I'm saying? Saltpeter and salt rock. All that. Anything that had to do with salt will fuck you up. So I'm like, ready, Rick? So I'm like, kick it, Ricky. He's like, what? But I can kick hard. I said, you can't kick hard. Yeah, I can. No, you can't. Watch this. Boom. He kicks that motherfucker up. I'm like, thank you. Get out of my way. He was a little meaty, fathead kid, right? So we go in this. It's empty. Look, These people had automatic lighting system. When you went in, the lights went on. I was like, this was like, they were space age shit. Wait, what we already have now is what they already have. The Illuminates, the Illuminatis, right? We walk in, the lights all go on. Outside and inside. I'm like, oh no. So I duck behind the couch, like, oh, what if someone's here sleeping or something? No one comes out. 2-story house, right? We start to explore. So I go in the refrigerator. There's a few things like a carton of eggs, some milk, spoiled. Like it looks like someone hasn't been here for a minute, right? Like they live there, but they haven't been there. Something either on vacation, they left, maybe it's a rental. I don't know. I'm a little kid. I don't give a fuck. What do they have that I can steal? Let's go straight to the master bedroom, flip the mattress for the gun, and then of course grab the jewelry box. Anyone who doesn't know the recipe, then you wasn't really into burglary, and that's just a fact. So Ricky's like, what do we do? I said, hey, there's a phone. We can call your mom to pick us up. If there's good shit in here, we'll just tell her there's a hell of shit, and she can come help us pick it up, right? That my tia was down for. If I'm like, tia, we're hitting a lick. What the fuck you guys doing? It's a lick. Do they got something? Do they got a lot of perfumes? Look and make sure they got one that says Avon. You know how to spell Avon, bitch? It's A, and then I think it's V-O, Avon. Not Avon, Avon. It could say Avon. It could be the cheap version, right? She'll come. My tia was down. Do they have a nice VCR? Is it better than ours? Well, it doesn't have roaches in it. It's better than ours. I'll go pick you up. So we're in that motherfucker looking around and shit, and the lights shut off. And I'm thinking maybe they're on a timer, you know? Then they flicker. I'm thinking, okay, we're in the old school. You know what I'm saying? The Wi-Fi ain't good here. This is way before Wi-Fi, right? As we're walking around that pad, right? I hear something. Stop. Because a weapon that was a Southside. Shut up. That wasn't a Southsider, stupid. It was fucking that was a chupacabra. The last Southsider fight, he looked like a chupacabra. He was bald and he had spikes. Shut up. I lock you in their closet and just jam, right? We go in this room, and it's like Victorian stuff. You know, like the bed, the big post. You could tell like it's female or female influence there, right? It's a country home. And as we go in there, fat jewelry box. Jewels, right? I'm seeing it's probably costume jewelry and shit, but back then I'm a kid. I see gold, I think it's all real, right? Put my motherfucking shirt like that. Right? To Ricky, flip the mattress. There might be a cuete, right? We're little kids. We can't even carry a gun, right? He's trying to hold the mattress up. It's like a king size. I could barely push it up too. There ain't shit under there, but a fucking wet stain, which I touched, and it was still not dry. So I got dicked up. So as we're walking around the house, we get into the bathroom area. It's a big old bathroom. I'll never forget. It was big, right? And I hear a car pull up. And I got scared. I was smart. I jumped out. They had a big bathroom window. I slid that motherfucker open. I'm not a punk, man. I'm not going to leave my primo like that. You know what I'm saying? If he's getting beat up, as long as it's one-on-one, handle it. If you're getting jumped on, I might jump in, right? Maybe, perhaps. If there's like more than 3, okay, I fucking guess, right? But if we're doing a burglary or something like that, I'm not going to leave my primo to get killed. That's what's never going to happen. You catch me before you catch him. I used to tell him when we did licks, if we get caught, homie, I'll take the rap. You just run. So I push his ass to hurry up, Ricky. Oh, I gotta get out of here. I'm an active Norteno, right? So I get him out of there, run to the barn, and I climb up out of there. We go around, there's a truck. We're hiding by the barn. I'm like, fuck, man, how are we gonna call Thea now? We're way in the middle of nowhere, right? An old man comes around the corner and he's looking. We kicked his door in. It's open still, right? So he's looking around. I'm like, we're dead. This is it, right? The old man immediately jumps in his truck and leaves. Woo, takes off down the dirt road. Ricky's like, whooping, let's go in and get the road. I'm like, fuck that, let's go. But I'm thinking if I call my tia, maybe she'll come get us. I explain to her some guys trying to kill us. Old man didn't have nothing to do with us yet, right? So my tia, we call her, what the fuck do you want? I'm about to go out. What do you want? I'm like, tia. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, didn't you just go out? I go out every day. So what? I like, they go in and I go out. In, out. Out is my favorite thing to do. It's called, you'll never understand what it was. Maybe when you're like fucking 15, 16, if you're not a dumbass, you'll understand. I'm like, tia, hey, look. And I tell her about the lick. We got all kinds of jewelry. What do they got? I said, is there any rings? Gang of rings, chains. My tia's like, okay, get out of there and go meet me at the foster for you. I said, tia, that's way too far from where we're at. Go back to fucking, there's a gas station right there's a beacon. Go over there. I said, all right. That's like 10 miles, but fuck it. Let's go, right? So we're walking, right? And there's like a gate that we crossed that I never noticed. And now it's getting dark, right? And I can see the headlights. And I know it's got to be that truck, right? Like, fuck. There's nowhere to go. There's nowhere to run. We're on the road. We have to go that way. So I'm like, just put your head down, Ricky. And say, take your chicken liver out, throw it over your shoulder like you're a fisherman, right? And so Ricky's like, what about all this jewelry in my pocket? Well, just shut up, right? He's like, should we stash it? I said, that's a smart idea, but I'll forget where it's at. Fuck that. Thea will kill us, right? My aunt's on her way. We got to hurry to get there. My aunt is very impatient. She'll wait a few minutes, but that's about fucking it. So as we're walking, right, this old man pulls up on us. Woo, pulls over real quick. And part 2 will be coming tomorrow to find out what happens. Thumbs up or thumbs down. Heavy's going to be the head that wears the crown. I'm going to continue to strive, struggle, and strive for what I truly believe in. That's the betterment of all people. If you watch this one, you got to watch part 2. The finale is a banger. I promise. Bang, bang.